I've been eating eggs left and right. I'm going crazy.
Eggs, yeah. Big on the egg.
Eggs, eggs, eggs. All he wants is eggs. Eggs, 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 eggs. All he wants is eggs.
What?
One, two, three.
Oscar Wieners. Oscar Wieners. Oscar Wieners. These boys are the Oscar Wieners.
Yum, yum.
That's the cold open. Welcome to Oscar Wieners.
How about that?
We're here, baby.
Night episode.
They for 90 something episodes, they've doubted that we'd ever get to the Moonlight episode.
They never thought we'd do it.
They never thought we would do it, but we are here. I kind of threw myself off improvising. Now I don't know how I start the show. Welcome to Oscar, the only show on the internet. Hollywood's biggest night.
It's 24 hours.
Sure, I was trying to think of a line from the movie.
Oh, sorry, my bad, my bad.
The only show on the internet where Hollywood's biggest night is the only man who's ever touched me. The only
That's
one.
good. Stuck the landing.
I am Miami.
And I'm La La Land herself, actually.
Perfect. No, I'm Michael.
I'm Ander. And you're not going to believe this, but we have an all-time esteemed guest here with us. You know her, you love her. Evelyn Preston is in the freaking building.
I'm here.
Sorry,
I'm
not.
here.
Oh,
I'm
first,
here and I'm queer, especially
Nice.
for this movie.
Hell
Especially.
yeah.
Absolutely. We love to hear that. Your first solo episode in, I don't know, 1,000 episodes?
Since we've discussed The Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah.
Yes, The Silence of the Lambs, which was a triumph, just an amazing movie.
Yeah.
And we're returning with another, in my opinion, perfect movie. So it's
Beautiful.
fitting. Perfect person, perfect movie.
Yes.
Right, of course. Of course.
Could not agree more.
Yes. It feels correct. It feels
Yes.
correct.
Yes. Yes, we're talking Moonlight. Barry Jenkins' Moonlight.
Barry, how the hell are you?
The 2017 Best Picture Wiener. And it's episode 5 of the final 10 or something like that. 4 or 5.
Jesus Christ.
I think
dude.
it's 5, right in the middle.
You get me. You get me a little emotional.
All right, cry later, man.
Sorry.
I got stuff to do.
Sorry. You're right.
Yeah, we're talking Moonlight. Directed by Barry Jenkins. Normal Oscar year. Nothing weird happened when announcing the Best Picture winner.
Totally normal and fine and seamless.
Evelyn, why start with you? What is your relationship? What I mean, I guess we could talk about the plot of Moonlight as we go through this, but Evelyn, what is your relationship to Moonlight? Why did you want to talk about Moonlight so freaking hard?
Yeah.
I mean, my relationship with this movie is I kind of started I watched this movie at a time where I was kind of breaking into the world of movies, the world of cinema. So I feel like it's just this movie is kind of just important to me because it's very artsy and I think it really made me want to explore more. So I watched this movie with Sophie when we were both still living in New Paltz in college, and I loved this movie. I loved it when I watched it the first time, and yeah, I mean, when I found out you guys were doing the show, you sent me a bunch of movies that you guys were going to cover, and I'm like, oh, no brainer. I want to talk about this. So,
And we said, great, we'll get back to you in like 15 months.
you
So
wanted to save some of the best for last.
Yeah.
well, I was worried, Evelyn, that you thought I was intentionally being like forgetting about you wanting to talk about this movie. I just knew I was like, this is one of the best movies that has ever won Best Picture. One of the best movies of the last 50 years, and I wanted to really save it to pack it into the final 10. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's smart because it's such an important movie. So definitely saving it for last is a good move. Um, but yeah, I haven't watched it since I watched it for the first time.
Wow.
So it felt so good watching it again. And as soon as like 5 minutes into the movie, I was like, okay, I remember why I was obsessed with this when I first watched it. So. And it's also just important to me because I'm a gay woman and I love watching stories about other LGBT people. There's not that many and there's not that many like amazing great ones. So this movie excites me a lot. I'm super excited by it.
Hell
So
yeah.
Totally. Not a lot of like queer movies that get this much recognition.
yeah, 100%, a
Yeah.
100%.
And sorry.
No, yeah, I mean, the only other movie I was going to talk about like that has like this same like mainstream appeal, I feel like is like Call Me by Your Name. So,
Right. Yeah.
yeah.
But it is great to see a movie that's so powerfully queer take this sort of center stage in culture.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. What
And
were you
do,
going to say, Mike?
and just like following that train of thought, like doesn't feel like a queer movie that is like trying like it doesn't feel like a queer movie for a straight audience,
No, no.
which like a lot of like these kind of like quote unquote issues movies, whatever they are, whether they're about like queer people or I don't, whatever, can feel like I'm thinking of like
Name names.
Green Book. Green Book feels like it's for white people, and that's a movie about like
Yes.
Black
like
Yeah.
people.
race relations and you know what I mean, and it's like so
I
yeah.
haven't seen that, but I know it's controversial. So,
It's fun. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Mike and I mean, don't let me put words in your mouth, but we kind of agreed that it's just like a very fun watch. It's like crazily watchable and missing the mark on some thematic elements.
Ander, you hate this movie. You think it's trash. You think it should be
Don't-
banned by the government, I
No, I
think.
do not say that. Do not put words in my mouth. No, I think this is a great movie. Moonlight is not only important, it's also just really watchable and good to see. It's so artful. It's a great character study in the way that we really see Chiron, the main character, how he's broken down over the course of 3 acts of the movie and over the course of his life. We get to see his development and kind of grow with him. And I think that's a really great tool to endear your main character to your audience. It does a lot of great things that I really liked and I enjoyed it. And I had a good time watching it. Yeah.
was this your first time seeing it or have you seen it
First
before?
time. Never seen it
Oh my
before.
gosh,
Wow.
wow. That must
Yeah.
have felt amazing.
Yeah, it was great. I sat down. I made myself a little. I had some Sour Patch watermelon. I was like, "Is this appropriate?" I was like, "I don't know. We'll see. I'll put them to this. I'll put them to the side. If I feel like this is not right." And I had a good time.
I I had a sim I Evelyn, my experience is basically identical to yours. I watched this for the first time. This is only my second time seeing it for this episode. The first time I saw it was during the pandemic. I think it was like 2021. It was like post it was like pre everybody getting vaxxed. So it was like, are we all gonna die still? Is everything over? And I watched this movie. I think it was on Netflix. I watched it on my phone. There was a
Nice.
lot of personal stuff going on in my life at that point, and it was just so nice to that was chaotic. It was nice to watch Moonlight and just feel like so good about being alive and being in love and that you can I don't know. It's just such a I just and then watching it a second time I was like exactly the same as yours where it was like experience where it was like oh yeah, why am I not watching this like once a year? Like this is
Mm.
like incredible. I was even worried I'm always worried when I like hold a movie in such high regard to like return to it. If I only see it at once and I don't have like a
Mm,
extensive relationship to it, I'm like, am I not gonna like it? Was that kind of a fluke?
recency bias.
Right, right. And so watching again, I was like, okay, I really hope this still works for me. And it was like, yeah, this is this movie's unbelievably powerfully powerful and good, and it's so good.
I just have to say, your inclination for watching movies on your phone is so disturbing to me.
It's not
Christopher
even just
Nolan.
This is like the third time I've heard about you watching a movie on your phone, and it's scary. I would rather stare at a wall than watch a movie on my phone.
I'm glad you're here to say this because it's less him watching a movie on his phone and more of like a he'll make a sauce.
That's if the movie's bad.
Yeah, but you don't know until it's done.
I have it on to the side and I'm making a vodka sauce. I don't know what's wrong with that.
Especially like I just think especially this movie to watch on your phone. I understand if you're watching like Alvin and the Chipmunks the Squeakquel on your phone,
Which
Hold
he will
on.
simultaneously, actually.
but Moonlight on your phone feels so wrong.
I will say I watched the second time I watched it on my TV, which is like 40 inches, not to brag, but
Big shot.
and it was
Okay, IMAX.
and it was huge. It was beautiful. It really popped this time when it wasn't on a 4-inch screen.
Movie looks
Um,
great.
it looks so good.
Yeah. Yeah.
This movie is about Chiron across like 30-ish years of his life. 25 to 30 20 to 30 years of his
Let's say
life.
27 and a half years.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's told in 3 acts. The first act is he's like a kid. He's maybe like 8, 9, something like that.
Yeah, feels right.
And then the second act, he is a teenager, maybe like 16.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then the third act, he's like between like 28 and 30 something ish, kind of. And it covers these periods of his life as he slowly comes to understand his sexuality, and how his relationship to his sexuality is wrapped up in like where he comes from, uh, the people he has to interact with day to day. Um, and yeah, that's like kind of the basic plot. I mean, we can kind of, if you want to just like go through each act and just sort of maybe like talk about it a little bit, what we like about it, what we feel about it. We could start with Act One, childhood.
Yeah, I wasn't so I mean, I enjoy how the movie does not hold your hand whatsoever. It kind of just presents the first act with you, and you're there, and you're not really sure why it's been presented to you in this framework. You don't know if it like you don't really get the gist of it until Act Two when you realize like, oh, okay, here he is 10 years older, and then you assume that maybe later on we're going to revisit him, perhaps even at a later stage in his life. But in the beginning, you're just kind of with Chiron as a young kid, just um, you know, he's in a poor household. His mother is addicted to drugs and abusive, and he just has a really hard upbringing. But he's sort of mentored by this neighbor in the community, this guy Juan, and it's just following his life. Um, but I think it really does a great job of setting the stage toward of who this person is,
Mhm.
and how his environment, is it makes him in a way who he is, and it feeds into his decisions later on.
Mahershala Ali plays Juan in a
Yeah,
Oscar-winning supporting performance. A
shout
performance
out.
so good he's in the first 30 minutes and then he is not in the rest of the movie, and you're like, damn, really? He almost like haunts the rest of the movie, especially in the third act, which we can maybe talk about a little bit, but like he like haunts the rest of the movie.
Yeah, for sure.
Um, I don't know, Evelyn, what do you think about kind of the childhood portion of this? Any, anything that comes to mind or that you want to talk about?
So, as for the first chapter, Little, um I think I think it's the strongest act of the film, actually. And I think that the other two are so strong and so great too, but I think it definitely slows down a little bit and maybe goes down a notch. I think the first act is definitely the strongest and most powerful for me. Um, he's quiet, he's shy, he's basically mute, probably because he's abused by his mom. Um, when Janelle Monáe came on screen, I completely forgot that she was in this movie, so that was
Same.
so exciting. I'm like, oh my gosh, I love her so much.
She's
She's
so good in
great.
this movie too.
She's awesome. Yeah.
But yeah, the first act, I think why it just resonates so much with me and why I think it's so good is it's honestly disturbing. It's very real, which I think is like a kind of reductive thing to say, but that's just how I feel. It just feels very real. It feels like this feels like a story that could actually happen. And it's very at points I'm like, am I watching a documentary? Because this feels so real and it's so scary.
Hmm.
So, um yeah, some of my favorite moments are I love the soccer scene when his friend kind of teaches him to stand up for himself a little bit. And I love the dance room scene. It's like super brief. I think it's probably like 15 seconds, but it's just so gorgeous. It kind of just zooms in on him like disassociating in this room of all these energetic kids and he's kind of just like standing there. Um
Yeah, I forgot about that actually until you just
yeah.
mentioned it.
Yeah,
But yeah,
same,
that was a
same.
striking. But that was a striking scene.
Yeah.
The scene when his mom screams at him is so haunting. It's so scary, but so good.
Yeah.
And that actress absolutely killed it too. This movie just has an incredible ensemble cast. Incredible ensemble cast. So good. The only thing about this this portion of the movie that I didn't 100% buy into is when Juan like has a talk with Chiron Little that like if he is gay or if he thinks he's gay, like that's completely fine. Because I'm like, I don't know how accurate that would really be. I wasn't like 100% sold on it. Like it felt very sanitized, which I guess for the story it kind of needs it in a way. He kind of needs to be like lifted up a little bit. But that's just the one part I wasn't like
Mhm.
100% sold on. Like it was like the monologue is very squeaky clean. So I
I
don't know. What do
Like
you guys think?
you struggle with like Juan's character feeling like, oh yeah, you can kind of do whatever you want, like it's your life kind of thing.
It's not that I don't find it hard to believe that Juan would be accepting, especially since like he really cares about Little. Like maybe he like wouldn't be like 100% okay with it, but like he cares about him so much and sees that, he doesn't really have a family that he's like, listen, like if this is who you are, it's fine. But I think maybe just like the writing bothered me. Like I felt like it could have been I don't know. It felt like a conversation maybe like a parent would have with their child today. Maybe not necessarily. I don't know the exact time frame of when this is supposed to take place. I think the 90s when he's a child.
So yeah,
And
like late 90s.
yeah, I'm being super super nitpicky when I'm saying this, but that's just my feeling, but I mean, I don't think it detracts from the story at all or from the movie at all. It's just like my opinion. I was like, I'm not like 100% sold on that. So,
I see it as perhaps Juan just not really fully understanding how to articulate this sort of sensitive subject to this young kid, um, and perhaps doesn't really fully understand himself. I think he's just kind of. I think that's maybe what leads to him delivering this squeaky clean sort of general message of accepting who you are.
mhm.
Like it doesn't really feel specific because he hasn't really experienced what Chiron is experiencing.
The scenes where Little is like, I wrote this in my notes, caring for himself, like bathing himself. I think he's like combing his hair or brushing his hair or something at some point. Like
Mhm.
I found those scenes so disturbing. I was like unnerved watching it. Just like him like filling up his bath and like I don't know, it's just creepy.
No, no, one of my favorite images, one of my favorite images is like him filling the bathtub with like he's like it's almost like as a kid he's like I just want to feel like a little bit luxurious and he fills the
Yeah.
bathtub with like dish soap to make it bubbly and it's just like this sucks. This is
Yeah.
like
There's no way to slice it. And it almost sparks the imagination a little bit in a dark and twisted way. Cause then I'm like, damn, like, because then my mind starts filling in the gaps of like the different days that pass between major events in the story. And I'm like, all of his days are like this. And you just really want something good to come of him or to him, you know?
his silence really is really through he's so all iterations of Chiron he's so quiet and
Yeah.
it's just like it's the thing that speaks maybe the most to like the influence that his all of his experiences have had on him. Um,
Rare to see an introverted main character like Chiron, I feel like.
yeah, and like authentically portrayed though, introverted, where
Authentic,
it's not just like,
yes.
oh, I'm quirky. It's like, no, he's like deeply. He needs help. He needs somebody to help him.
And his quietness is exhibited on the screen in a way
Yeah,
that I think most directors be afraid to show because the less time your character speaks, I think it's natural to think the less time that they're endearing themselves to the audience. But I think his silence actually speaks volumes about his character.
Act Two.
This
Act
was
Two. Act Two is
probably my least favorite act.
interesting.
Actually, I take that back. I think it probably goes in. I think I like them in ascending order. Not to say that I dislike Act One, but I think Act Three is my favorite.
Same. Act
Yeah,
Three is also my favorite.
yeah. I
Um,
think that's when like shit hits the fan on an
yeah,
emotional level.
absolutely. Yeah, Act Two. I mean, Act One is little. Act Two is Chiron. He's in high school. He's like this like tall, skinny, kind of gawky kid. He kind of dresses like a nerd. Um, it's like everything about him just makes him stand out, and like you feel it way more because like as a kid you can kind of get away with maybe standing out, or even as a kid, he's almost like more anonymous because he's so quiet that it's like the boys are busy with their other shit. But like once you get to high school, it's like if you stand out, even if you're quiet, like people will fucking notice you. Um, and it's just like I mean, you can just feel who play because obviously three different actors play. So Teen Chiron is played by Ashton Sanders. Ashton Sanders' performance, it's like you feel him want to literally like disappear. You're like, if he could have an
Yeah,
invisibility cloak, he would put it on.
and haven't we all been there?
Yeah, yeah. Um,
Very well said.
uh, yeah. I don't know. What do you guys feel about Act Two?
Definitely the saddest, the
Yeah,
most dire. I think.
yeah.
Mm.
Like he doesn't have. At what point? Spoiler alert! Do we lose Juan? Is it Act Two?
Well, it
I
just
think so. He's
he
already gone by this point, right?
Yeah,
yeah he just like died off screen. Like probably he was probably like shot or something. Like just killed by somebody. You know. Yeah.
maybe it's funny. Like it's not explained how he dies,
Yeah. I guess so. I just assumed. I guess like that his lifestyle. You
but
know,
maybe
he
yeah,
deals with kind of desperate people and
right.
yeah. Uh,
But it's definitely the toughest that Chiron has faced. I think.
he really could have used Juan probably in the high school years, especially.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah. Um, and he's introduced in Act One. Evelyn, I think you mentioned it a little when he's like teaching him how to like fight. Kevin is also like a central figure in all of the acts. And Teen Kevin, like his relationship to Chiron really like it's like way more amped up, obviously, in Act Two, and then Act Three. But
There's a beachside hand job. Kind of cool.
one of the most tender hand jobs put to film.
It has to be number one, right? It has to. I mean, I don't know who else is in the running. I couldn't name off the top of my head, but it's got to be the top slot.
The way Barry Jenkins like shoots like his hands like gripping the sand,
Yeah.
like he's so beautifully conveys like ecstasy, orgasmic pleasure, whatever,
Yeah, dude,
without
go
showing
off.
it. Like he does it through like the different like the body doing different things that aren't obviously the parts being serviced.
Nice. PG
Yeah.
show.
I love that scene. It's so like. Also, you're like Chiron finally getting a win.
Yeah. Of course, it all comes crumbling down, immediately afterwards, and their relationship deteriorates.
Yeah.
But I felt the same way. I was just like, let's go.
Yeah.
I was like, let's go, Chiron.
Evelyn,
Yes.
any thoughts on Act Two?
Yes. Lots of thoughts. Completely agree with you guys. The beach scene is just amazing. The tension feels so good building up to like when they actually start having sex. Not full on sex, but sex in a way.
Yeah, it's
We
like
get what you mean.
third base.
Hey, Jeter.
This act, I feel it's not that I don't like it because I love it. It's so good. But it's definitely the most infuriating. Like my fury and rage that I feel towards his mom in this act definitely is ablaze. So
Damn.
yeah, I hate her. The kid that's like taunts him the entire time, like throughout this entire act is so annoying, and they did such a good job at making him so unlikable and so evil. The whole locked door scene with his mom is crazy. That's this act, right? That wasn't Act One, where she's like begging him to unlock the front door for her because she locked herself out because she's like tweaking.
Yeah.
That whole scene is crazy, crazy.
Because isn't it that she's like at first she's like, oh hey Chiron, like she's very like trying to be warm, and then like once they get inside, she's like, isn't she like doesn't she ask him for money? She's like, give me like, isn't that scene or is that a later
Yeah,
scene?
and then I think it's the same scene, and then she throws him out. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy. But yeah, I love when they're on the beach, like smoking the blunt. The principal's office scene is so good too. When I think she's like telling him like, you have to tell me who did this to you, or we won't be able to press charges against them. They're just gonna keep doing it to you. I think it's like after his friend beats him up. Yeah, I don't know. This is crazy because I'm like thinking, I'm like, okay, the first one is the most disturbing, but now I'm like, no, this one is bad
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
This one's bad.
Because there's no, I guess I mean, not to use a double entendre, there is a release though in Act Two in that scene with Kevin on the beach.
Nice.
But like there's no like his relationship to, I think in the first act, Chiron, like I think basically understands like Juan kind of has my back no matter what. His relationship to Kevin in Act Two is like, okay, we did this thing on the beach, but like, I don't know, maybe that was like a weird kind of like one-off. Like, he might turn, I mean, and then it kind of, you have to imagine Sharon's worst nightmare ends up happening where it's like, oh, that like kind of didn't mean anything. Kevin's now like beating the shit out of me.
Mm.
But obviously Kevin doesn't feel that way. It's just like this fucking bully guy is like a tyrant.
Right, but the way that I mean, all these characters' emotions are able to be manipulated. Like nobody wants to be, even Juan. Like nobody wants to be lowest man on the totem pole, and sometimes you have to do whatever it takes to make sure that you are not prey,
Totally.
you know?
Yeah, that's really good. Yeah, absolutely.
But what you said is really interesting though, Michael, because maybe that's why Chiron never ends up being with anyone else besides Kevin after that. Like they have this thing, this like weird hand job thing that happens on the beach. And then the guy who he has this intimate moment with beats him up, and then he never does anything again.
Yeah.
So it's like
Yeah.
Like,
that's just an interesting point that you made. So
yeah. Like, what do you do when the only person who sees you for who you are violates you in this profound way? That's going to fuck you up for
yeah.
years to come.
I never really thought about it like that, but that's so interesting.
And it's like, I know we talked about how sad acts 1 and 2 are. Maybe act 3 is the saddest of them all because of just how all this stuff has now set into Chiron's character. And now he's become sort of this bully that the bully that was the bane of his existence for such a long time.
Again, these Chiron being played by 3 different actors works so well, I think, especially in Act 3, like the hard, we cut to Act 3, we see kind of like Chiron has become Juan as a way to like shield himself from what he feels. He's like, I'm going to be like, well, I don't know. I don't even know if it's bad. It's sort of like, he's like, the only good representation of masculinity I have in my fucking life was Juan. So I'm going to be Juan.
Yeah.
But also, he also adopts like the lifestyle of Juan, which is like dealing drugs and like kind of like posturing a lot, like having to be kind of tough in order to like and not seem soft, like what you were saying, Andrew, about like the totem pole thing. Like he needs to remain at the top.
Right. He does not want to be back down at the bottom, like when he was a teenager.
And so like his end as a way to like keep his like fragility and like who he actually is from like resurfacing kind of thing.
Right. Like he still has not found a way to externalize his sexuality and express it in a way that feels safe. Like it's still just kind of this really foreign thing to him. I'm sure that's why he's repressed it for so many years.
This movie made me think a lot of Boyhood, obviously, because that is a movie about like a kid growing up.
Yeah.
And I think Boyhood, the thesis of that movie kind of seems to be, because again, you're seeing him every single year for 12 years. The thesis of that movie is almost like, look at like the continuity of a person from 6 years old to 18. Like we almost don't change that much. And it's almost like Moonlight is arguing the opposite point, which is like, for certain people, for probably many people, like identity is like completely fragmented. You are a different person 10 years from now. And it's like the continuity between like who you were when you were 10 and who you were when you're 30 is like, they're like, those people are not the same. I just think it's really like interesting. The way Chiron's like identity is so like fragmented and like he can't make it cohere.
Yeah, it's even hard as an audience member to piece all of it together.
Yeah.
Like there is, I mean, obviously you can't make this movie 8 hours long, but like there is a certain curiosity where I'm like, how did Chiron end up becoming, the person that we see today in Act 3? Like, I guess it's sort of hinted at because the last order of business in Act 2 is him basically just beating the shit out of his bully.
Yeah, he breaks a chair over his back.
Yeah, which is, I mean, awesome. I'm like, I'm
kind
moving
of
hollering. Yeah, it does kind of
It was
roll.
so satisfying.
Yeah.
It was so satisfying.
Pretty sick.
He just like, the bully just collapses on the floor, is like out.
Yeah, done. I mean,
I wrote in my notes, whooped Terrell's ass. Yes.
Hell yeah.
That's what I wrote.
Awesome. And I'm sure he internalized that and was just like, okay, more of this going forward. And I guess that's how we got to where we got to.
Right. Yeah.
And then Kevin comes back into his life. It's really out of nowhere.
Yeah, he calls out of the blue. I love that phone call is so good.
It's so good. It's so good.
It's like he becomes 16-year-old Chiron again. He's like, holy
Yeah.
shit.
Even
Yeah.
that's such a good point. And even like the diner scene too, like the tension is just so palpable. It was like the same thing on the beach too, like before they even like kiss or anything like that or do anything. It's like y'all feel that too?
Yeah.
Can we talk about the cell therapy needle drop at the beginning of Act 3? Because that was crazy.
That's when he's driving, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was so good.
There are a lot of great needle drops in this.
The opening song is so good too.
Yes. I don't know the name of the song, but I
Didn't
know it's the sample in
Kendrick
Wesley's
sampled it.
theory. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kendrick samples it. I thought it was actually Wesley's theory, but then I was like, oh no, I guess this is the sample. They do that again. They use the surround sound sample from Jid.
Does it suck that I think Chiron in Act 3 is also cool as hell?
Yeah,
Oh, he's so
fucking
cool.
sick.
He's so cool. That gangsters will never not be cool. I'm sorry. It's the reality of life.
But I think the moment that really cemented him as like, this is a cool guy is when he kind of just like fucks with the dude that's working with him. Like he's counting the money and the guy is just like, and Chiron's just like, it's not all here. He's like, it's not. And he's like, nah, I'm just messing with you.
See, what I love
He's
about
still
that,
like kind of a goofy guy.
what I love about that though is it's almost like he's trying to do Juan, like that's something Juan would do, but
Yes.
like he can't totally, like the guy is still uneasy, like he can't pull it off where like Juan can probably like could probably have negged somebody and then made them like feel okay about it, but like Chiron can't really do it.
100%. That's exactly what's happening. He's trying to be Juan.
Yeah.
And it's
I
funny.
love like the ice bath scenes too. Just like the lighting and mood in those are just like just want to like drink up that scene through a
Fun.
straw.
Yeah, give me a sip of that scene.
It's just so good. Oh, this movie's just great. It's
Yeah.
great. Honestly, we can just wrap it up here.
Honestly, yeah.
Just
Yeah.
a good movie.
Bye, go see it.
Did anyone else feel a little bit unsatisfied with the ending?
No, so I want you to explain why. I think we really need to like talk about the
Okay.
whole like restaurant scene.
Yeah.
Because it's my favorite. It's like 25 minutes. It's
And
a
it
long chunk.
And it feels this is going to sound like a detractor. It's not. It feels really long,
Yeah.
but not in a bad way. It just feels like you are in this really intense moment that lasts a long time. It feels like real life, where like something impactful in your life might be 5 minutes long, but it feels like, but the way you memorize every single minute detail that happened makes it feel like it lasts a lifetime.
And Andre Holland, who plays adult Kevin,
Big Kev.
who's hotter than that guy?
He's a cutie.
He's
a
got like
cutie.
his sleeves rolled up. He's walking around. He's talking to everybody. Like I want to say, I don't fully remember, but I think like when Chiron walks in and walks up to the counter and like him and Kevin look at each other, first time they've seen each other in like over a decade. It doesn't like Barry Jenkins do like front facing, like you're like they're staring at the lens. Is that right? Or am I off?
I think so.
I don't remember.
But if not, Barry, I could have helped you out on that one.
Remaster this thing. Let's run it back.
Something I felt when they see each other for the first time, Kevin almost feels like feminine to me as opposed to Chiron. Like like Chiron has become so ultra masculine that when I see Kevin, I'm like, oh my gosh, he's into cooking. He like is taking care of his family. Like he really cares about his kid. So I don't just like it almost like it's like roles reversed. Like kind of Kevin in high school was like the bad boy and like Chiron was very feminine. It's almost like to me, I don't know. Let me know if you guys felt the same way. Like it's the roles were like reversed for me.
I think they feel so much more ingrained actually. Just because Kevin feels so sure of who he is. Like he's like, yes, it's feminine in comparison to Chiron, who has now become like this ultra masculine, like super beefed up drug dealer guy who's like stoic as hell. But to me, that's not who he is, and that's weakness. like,
Right. Yeah. That's like yeah.
Interesting
like,
point. Interesting
like,
point.
whereas Kevin is just like, yeah, this is who I am. Like he behaves how he behaves. Like, yeah, I like cooking and I like doing all this stuff. Like he's always been that guy and always been sure of himself and has been the one to sort of hold Chiron's hand through these formative experiences in his life.
I have one more rebuttal to me and Anders' differing opinions on this.
Do
He's
it.
about to
Which is
school
that
your ass.
I don't necessarily think Chiron at this point in the movie is like living a lie or like inauthentic because I feel like he's kind of just the epitome of what we've been talking about this whole time, which is a product of his environment or like a product of survival. So I don't really think like I'm like that opposed to who he's, kind of performing as, I guess. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I understand why he behaves that way, but I do think perhaps it's a lack of knowing who he is. Whereas in contrast to Kevin, I feel like Kevin is a little bit more sure of his own self.
Yeah.
But I do agree with what you said, Evelyn.
Yeah, it's actually kind of a that's a I don't know, it's like at what point does the lie not even the lie, but like at what point do like the things you've built up in your identity to like kind of defend against certain outside forces like to what point like at what point does that just become your identity? Like isn't that just who Chiron is at this point? You know what I mean? It's like can he change like he can probably embrace certain aspects of his, his truer inner self or whatever more, but it's like I don't know if he can really be different from how he is. Like this is just who
Yeah.
he is, kind of, and it's like complicated and like whatever. I don't know. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
I mean, it's interesting though because I feel like we can change like if we become a product of our environment, like we really can, I feel like, break out of that, and even if it has become maybe an actual part of your identity, I think it you can kind of escape that and break out of it. Like
Is that to say it's not too late for Chiron to find who he is?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
So Kevin cooking for Chiron. What's hotter than that? Movies don't get hotter than that. Yeah, so he makes him food. He gives him the chef special. I'm like, very good, the chef special. And then I like when Kevin is like, uh, and then when Kevin puts on the song, he's like, I heard that song that made me think of you. Oh
Oh my
my
God.
Yeah.
God.
Oh my God, that was crazy.
Holy shit. Um, and is it after that he says to Chiron like, or maybe it's before, I can't remember, where he's like, Chiron tells Kevin what he's been up to, which is like, yeah, I've been like dealing or whatever, and Kevin's like, what the like, what do you like, what is your deal? Like, how have you become this? You were not this when I knew you 10 years ago.
And I love that. Like it's so cool to see his old friend who has not spoken to him in years immediately hold him accountable for the life choices he's made. Like that's so refreshing to me. And it just speaks to how good their relationship is, even though they had this tragic falling out. Because Chiron believes the same thing about himself.
Yeah.
And Kevin's
Yeah.
like, what the fuck?
Yeah. And then they leave the restaurant, they go back. Chiron drives Kevin back to Kevin's apartment, and
And they hug.
and they have a little hug. They pat each other on the shoulder
Ooh.
and say, "I'm seeing you." No, I can't remember exactly. They're like having like a conversation, and Kevin's making him like chamomile tea, and they're like having like their little conversation. Then there's like a really kind of like pregnant pause, and Chiron. It's like because the whole time during the restaurant scene, you're like, are they going to talk about what happened on the beach? Are they going to talk about like their whole deal? Like we know why Kevin called Chiron.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's not calling to just be like, hey, bud, want to get a beer? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's like, I think I may be in love with that. I was in love with that kid or something. Or maybe not even in love, but I really liked that kid, who I was also a kid. It was
Yeah.
normal. And
You're
it was
digging
like,
yourself a deep hole right
and it
now.
was like, I don't know. I haven't stopped thinking about him for 10 years. And then there's the pregnant pause, and then Chiron's like, you're the only man who's ever touched me. That's when I start crying. I'm like, because like it's the first time Chiron is in the whole movie is acknowledging like
Who he is.
yeah like and like I that's something that happened that I liked,
Yeah.
you know, instead of like hiding from it or like yeah it's
And acknowledging that he hasn't been in touch with that side of himself.
yeah right
Just the phrasing of like just that sentence alone feels so earth-shattering, and like the fate of the world just like was like tipped because of what he just said. And like it feels like the entire movie is like building up to this, him saying this, and it's just like the implications of it is are insane. And yeah, I don't, it just feels so consequential. And yeah, honestly, I feel like what I was saying before, like the fate of the world was like hanging on him saying this. That's what it felt like to me. It's like, whoa.
no it feels like I mean obviously Chiron's like still pretty young in act 3, like he's, you know, maybe like 30 to 32 at the most, but like you like it in act 3 you're like, all right, you've been suppressing this part of yourself like your whole life.
Mm.
Are
Yeah.
you just going to keep doing this? Like yeah, and it's like that line is like he's like I can't, he like maybe decide like he decides like I can't, I need to say something. And even like Kevin makes me want to say something. Like Kevin is like the right person to say this to, obviously. uh I think it's the last line of the movie too. I don't think they say anything after that. I think it's next. It's just like them sitting on the bed, like holding each other, like Kevin holding Chiron, and then it cuts to credits. And I don't know, pretty good, 6 out of 10.
Solid.
Um,
Honestly, the part that makes me cry is when he goes back to visit his mom in rehab. Because you just see all of her, you just see it on both of their faces, like all of her failings and misgivings as a parent. She's just like, I'm sorry, and was just suffering from addiction. And even though she did all those terrible things and was a terrible person and not a good parent, you can Chiron kind of forgives her.
yeah,
And that takes a lot of strength.
the way the scene's written feels like almost like awkward. Like it kind of comes out of nowhere. Like she's like, I just have to like say all this stuff, and it's like,
Yeah.
and it's almost like Chiron is like, wait, what? Like, where is this coming from?
Mhm.
And so it's like he doesn't know how to react at first, and yeah, he does. I guess he does come around to kind of forgiving her
I
or
I'm
something.
gonna amend that. I'm not sure if it's forgiveness.
Maybe not forgiveness.
It's more of a sense of like, where was this? Like, here's the parent that I wish that I had when I was young.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
I think it was in a way like closure for him, because
Yeah,
I mean, as a viewer, like it felt comforting to know that she's staying there and not going anywhere, because she
yeah,
said like this is my home now, like I'm working here and like this is it for me. Like I don't want to get in any more trouble. So, I mean, at least for me, it felt like closure. So, I don't know. Obviously, I'm not her kid, but um yeah, I don't know. I felt like it felt good. It felt honest. So,
yeah. I agree.
any final thoughts?
I want to know what bozos think they had the audacity to go up against this thing.
Well, let me tell you a few.
Please.
Um,
I don't know why people were so mad about that because La La Land still won so many awards that night.
Yeah.
It's not like they were completely robbed and didn't get shit. It's like this was like one of the few awards they didn't win, and it's like, guys.
Right. But it is definitely fucked up that like they literally said the words La La Land as best picture, and then they were like, psych.
let's talk. I mean, let's talk about La La Land, directed by Damien Chazelle. I've never seen it.
Really?
I've kind of meant to watch it for this.
Oh my God, you've never seen it?
No, I think I'd like it too. I like musicals. Yeah.
I had an emotional breakdown when I watched that movie.
Okay.
In a
Like
good
I
way?
actually I could feel like parts of my brain like fragment.
Wow.
Um it's good, but Moonlight definitely deserved this for sure. But
Yeah.
I mean La La Land is a 5-star movie to me as well. So
I know it is for a lot of people. I know it's like people really love that movie.
La La Land is great.
Okay.
I enjoy La La Land. I would not choose it over Moonlight. Moonlight just felt more emotionally impactful. Well, I guess you know what? I haven't seen La La Land in a long time. It also had that there is an impact of La La Land, but I don't know. I just like Moonlight better.
And La La Land was about Mia, an aspiring actress
Oh yeah.
who serves lattes to movie stars in between auditions, and Sebastian,
That's his name?
a jazz musician who scrapes by playing cocktail party gigs in dingy bars, but as success mounts, they are faced with decisions that begin to fray the fragile fabric of their love affair. And the dreams they work so hard to maintain in each other threaten to rip them apart, actually.
Yikes.
You never want to see that.
No. Throw some jazz in there.
I'll see it one day. I think Damien Chazelle is an interesting filmmaker.
What else does he do?
Whiplash
Whiplash,
Oh,
Babylon.
Whiplash is sick.
Babylon.
and The Great Gatsby, right?
No,
Oh.
that's Baz Luhrmann.
Oh.
Baz.
That's embarrassing.
The
I'll cut it out.
Cut it.
He
Double
also
it.
directed First Man, which I think is also Gosling, about I think Neil Armstrong going to the moon.
You're thinking of
Shut up. Shut the hell up.
no, what's that fucking
Shut the hell up.
It's not Mars Needs Moms. Help me out. Just
The
came out.
Martian?
It just came out. No, it just came out. It just came out like this year.
Oh, Project Hail
Oh.
Mary.
Yeah. I've seen this movie as well.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, La La Land. I'll see it, like Damien Chazelle. Moving on.
Cool.
Next up, we have a movie I know you just rewatched like in the last month, Ander. A movie we actually saw together in the theater, and we were like 3 or 4 minutes late, and I was thinking about it the whole time.
I have no idea what you're about to say.
Is Denis Villeneuve's Arrival
Oh, wait, what the fuck?
a masterpiece?
Evelyn just had a heart attack.
Hold on.
This changes everything.
Hold on.
Ooh, very
Okay, I'm
interesting.
sorry.
Forget all the shit we just said.
Moonlight's decent best.
Moonlight is decent.
Hold on, wait. Let's film another hour and a half of this.
I guess we have to do an Arrival bonus episode.
Oh my God. That movie
Arrival-
is incredible.
Arrival does kick ass.
I've only seen it once. I only saw it in the theater that one time you and I, Ander, we saw it. And I remember thinking it was great. And it's like my memory of the movie, like it keeps improving. I'm like, wait, is that movie like 10 out of 5 stars?
No,
or
there are some aspects of it that I found to be, I think, just dialogue wise, like certain things that, like, it doesn't feel as real as Moonlight does. But I do think, just in terms of like the coolness factor of a fucking alien comes to Earth, and it's like these two scientists are trying to piece together this crazy ass puzzle on how to communicate with it. The concept is really cool.
And it communicates through like time.
Yeah, it's fucking nuts.
Yeah, that movie is absolutely insane. And I love alien movies. And this is like such a creative, different kind of take on that. So I just love it. I love it so much. It's
It is
so good.
creative.
And the
Yeah.
whole like linguistic aspect of the film is so good. They're like letters are ink blots. So it's just so cool. It's just so
Those
cool.
those squid fuckers.
Yeah, it rocks. Based on, I recommend reading the. I guess technically it's a novella, the kind of short story based on by Ted Chiang. That's also very good. I think it's pretty faithful, the movie. But taking place after alien crafts land around the world, an expert linguist is recruited by the military to determine whether they come in peace or a threat. They come down in an egg and are like, "Hey, time, it's relative. Past and future are happening concurrently at all times."
Only
The
except when they
present is
say
a
that.
memory of the past and future. The future is a memory of the past.
What?
What?
You're drunk, dude.
Next up is Fences,
Huh?
directed by Denzel Washington. Ever heard of him?
Who wants to
The
watch a movie about fences?
The
Yeah, I think
father
it's-
of Denzel Washington Jr.?
Uh, yeah, directed by Denzel and starring Denzel. It's based on the play by What Is His Pants? August Wilson. He also wrote the movie. Set in 1950s Pittsburgh, and it's about a frustrated African American father who struggles with the constraints of poverty, racism, and his own inner demons as he tries to raise a family. I think I will see this movie one day. I hear it's good.
I would like to see it. I also have not seen it. It is a play as well?
Yeah, based on a play.
Okay. You said that in the intro, huh?
I really hate repeating myself. So
My bad. That's on
But
me.
yeah.
That's on me.
Evelyn, any relationship to Fences, the movie, or the thing that borders houses and stuff?
Either or.
You know, I like a barbed wire fence. I think there's something edgy to say
Yeah.
about that.
That's
Literally.
pretty cool. Pretty
I like the
metal.
ones that are like black and spiky. They have like the spikes on top. They're like that.
Yes.
I like those.
Oh yeah.
Like the White House fence.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, an iron fence is cool.
Iron fence.
I'm not a big fan of the like white plastic ones and like, developments.
You
with
can't
like,
hop them.
mansions.
Then don't come to my parents' house.
Okay.
Long Island.
Shout out the island.
But yeah,
Like a
no,
chain
I
link.
actually I looked up the other nominees from this year, right before I hopped on this call, and I had never heard of it before. So, I mean, I'll definitely check out the Letterbox page and see if it's worth
At the
watching.
very least.
I'll cruise to the letterbox page. I might dabble. We'll see.
So yeah, no
Um,
relationship besides the things that border people's yards.
Got it.
Nice.
I know you're all really excited for this one. Next up, we have Mel Gibson's Hacksaw Ridge,
Wow. That's crazy.
starring Andrew
What a-
Garfield.
Is this the best cast of nominees that we've ever come across?
It's pretty diverse. I'll give it that.
Like this would be a fun desert island choice. You got Hacksaw Ridge, you got Moonlight, you got La La Land. You got a bunch of choices here.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know. I've never seen Hacksaw Ridge. I have no idea.
Neither have I. I honestly hear it's pretty good. That's kind of the thing with Mel Gibson is like his like directing career is actually like pretty solid.
Yeah, it's just like his everything else that's
Right.
It's
His-
a problem.
His humanity is corrupted.
Yeah,
Oh my
that is
God,
an
he's
issue.
so freaking weird.
Yeah, he's a psycho. This is about World War II American Army medic. I think it's a true story. Desmond T. Doss, Andrew Garfield, who served during the Battle of Okinawa and refuses to kill people and becomes the first conscientious objector in American history to receive the Congressional Medal of Honor.
Whoa. That
Kinda
is cool. Yeah.
Pretty cool.
It's a cool concept and story.
Can you be a soldier and a pacifist?
Oh.
Probably not.
We
But
might find out if we get drafted.
yeah, I guess so. Any thoughts, Evelyn, on Mel Gibson, I guess, or Hacksaw Ridge? No.
I have heard of this film. I didn't know what it was about. I didn't know Mel Gibson directed it. I just have heard of the name in passing. Um, no thoughts other than Mel Gibson's crazy.
Cool.
Yeah, fair.
Agree.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Hell or High Water, directed by David Mackenzie.
What is even this?
Written,
Yeah.
written
I don't
by,
know that either.
written by Taylor Sheridan of Yellowstone fame, who created that, Mayor of Easttown, Tulsa King, Landman.
Yeah.
He's
all of these?
Yeah.
Everything my parents have ever watched in the last 3 years.
Yeah. And he writes every episode because I guess he's a freaking freakazoid.
Jesus. Go off.
It stars Chris Pine, not Aaron Paul, Ben Foster, and Jeff Bridges. And it's about a divorced dad and his ex-con brother who resort to a desperate scheme in order to save their family's farm in West Texas. I hear it rocks and rolls, and I will see it.
Really?
Yeah. Any thoughts? Anybody have thoughts on Hell or High Water?
I'm just trying to get to the high water, man. It's Jeff Bridges.
that's pretty good, I guess.
Yeah.
Next up we have Hidden Figures.
Wow. Okay.
Who's this directed by? Directed by Theodore Melfi. About the untold story of Katherine G. Johnson, Dorothy Vaughan, and Mary Jackson, brilliant African-American women working at NASA and serving as the brains behind one of the greatest operations in history, the launch of astronaut John Glenn into orbit. The visionary trio crossed all gender and race lines to inspire generations to dream big.
That's beautiful. Wait, it was
Evelyn,
about getting John Glenn into orbit?
I didn't know that either. Evelyn, you've seen this movie. I'm seeing it on Letterboxd.
This movie's badass.
Okay.
Okay.
This movie's pretty badass. I'm not
on
gonna
it.
lie.
Speak on it.
Let's see what I said. I don't remember what I said.
You're gonna quote yourself.
All I know is that I remember really, really liking it.
Cool.
I think I watched this with my mom.
Feels like a mom movie. You know what I mean?
No.
All I said was
Okay.
love. All I said was loved.
Cool.
Loved.
Solid.
Great.
Yeah.
And I watched it in 2021.
Wow.
Okay.
But
Does it stick in your craw at all? Do you remember much about it? Or just how you felt?
I remember it being just very interesting and entertaining. Not in like an entertaining, like hoo hoo hee hee ha ha kind of way, but like an entertaining, like gripping kind of way.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, I wish I remembered more about it, but that was 5 years ago, so that's a lot for me.
No, for sure.
But yeah, I mean, I remember it being good and liking it, so.
Next up is Lion, directed by Garth Davis.
What is this?
It stars Dev Patel,
Huh?
the most handsome man in the world.
Of
it's about-
Slumdog fame?
Yeah. It's about a 5-year-old Indian boy who gets lost in the streets of Calcutta, thousands of kilometers from home. He survives many challenges before being adopted by a couple in Australia. 25 years later,
What's this movie?
Lion.
Oh, yeah, I know the cover. He's like,
You're honest. I wish Andrew, if you could put up a side by side, she's nailing it. It's
Okay.
perfect. That's
Wait,
exactly-
Evelyn, can we just get that one more time?
Wait, and say something just so like the zoom is on you. Just like preface it with something.
Yeah, just say-
hello.
That's perfect. Yeah, it's gonna look great. Yeah.
Nailed it.
That's good.
Yeah.
Like
so-
a lion.
and then 25 years later, he sets out to find his lost family. Just to
Dev Patel directs?
no.
Okay.
Garth Davis.
Oh yeah,
Like
Garth.
Fart Davis.
Good old Garth.
Okay. I just looked at the poster.
She nailed it. Evelyn nailed it.
Yeah, it's really good.
Guys, where does Darth Vader get his shoes from?
Where?
The Darth Mall.
Whoa.
What? Okay, well, what made
Wait,
you
what?
think of that?
Because Garth and Darth.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. And wrapping this whole thing up, it is Kenneth Lonergan, his third film. It is Manchester by the Sea,
Oh,
Oh,
damn.
uh, which is about Lee Chandler, played by Casey Affleck, who, after his older brother passes away, is forced to return home to care for his 16-year-old nephew. And there he's compelled to deal with a tragic past that separated him from his family and the community where he was born and raised. This movie is amazing.
I feel like I've just never been able to bring myself to see it.
Because it's kind
me
of a
either.
punchline. It's like, oh, Manchester by the Sea. Like, it just has like such a punchliney title. Is that why?
No, just because I think it's
Okay.
gonna be devastating.
Oh, okay. Well, you're right there.
Yeah.
It's really the way it details Casey Affleck's character's past and like the flashes of memory you get and like flashback is like really tough. It's
Hmm.
so like matter of fact the way like it uses like flashbacks as like memory. It's yeah. It's an amazing movie. I've been meaning to rewatch it since I saw it, I don't know, 9 years ago or whatever. You haven't seen it, Evelyn?
No, I haven't seen it and I know of it. Like I know it's a pretty big movie. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I never saw the appeal and like it was never something that attracted me, but you describing it makes me want to see it. So now it's definitely on my radar. 100%. Yeah.
Do we think Moonlight's Best Picture worthy? I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah, rocks.
That's a yeah.
That's a big yeah. Evelyn,
It's
yeah,
it's
sorry.
awesome. It's totally.
We talked about it, Ander, in the Parasite episode that has that'll has come out, I guess. And this movie feels. Am I crazy to think that Moonlight feels underrated?
I think as odd as it sounds, it has been a bit overshadowed by the controversy of the announcement at the Oscars. Like people remember that moment. Um,
Yeah.
and we'll always, I mean, we even associate it with the movie. Like we've referenced it in this show. I feel like it can't go unreferenced, but because of it, it was just this big cultural moment. But the movie's great. I mean, I don't think that should distract from it at all.
I guess I don't really know like much about the discourse around this movie to like affirmatively say if it's overrated or underrated. I mean, I mean, it has a great rating on Letterboxd. It won Best Picture, so I
I
don't know.
mean,
I
I
mean, it definitely has the accolades, but like the public knowledge and love for this movie, I don't know if it's, there as much as, some other like iconic Best Picture winners, like Parasite. People always kind of hail that. Even Everything Everywhere All at Once, too.
yeah,
Like, there's definitely some Best Picture winners that are like in the cultural lexicon of people who watch movies, I guess.
I
So,
think you're right. I think perhaps Moonlight has undeservedly taken somewhat of a backseat because of those more recent Best Picture winners.
Yeah, I mean, I actually think the way you put it, Evelyn, is like perfect. Like, it's like because you don't get a sense of like its cultural kind of the way it's lasted the last 10 years, at least to me, speaks to like maybe we should be talking about Moonlight more, you know? Because I'm the same way. I'm like, I don't really know. I know like we love this movie. Basically, anybody who's seen the movie seems to be like, oh yeah, like masterpiece, like one of the best movies of the last however many years. But I just don't like get a sense that it's like really like saturated the culture in the same way of like Everything Everywhere All at Once, or even like Oppenheimer. But even that one's kind of like faded, 2 3 years gone, or
Honestly, yeah, I feel like
it's so weird. I don't know how
it
this
is
shit works
weird.
anymore. It's like everything gets kind of memory hold, it feels like.
You got to realize, like, I don't know, like, I think staying power is important, and not necessarily like general staying power, but like staying power personal to you. Like, I think that's important when it comes to how you rate your own movies, where it's like, do you remember Oppenheimer? I personally think I have forgotten Oppenheimer a little bit.
I love Oppenheimer.
I think it's great. I just, but Parasite to me is like unforgettable.
That's fair. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like that shit haunts me.
I mean, to speak to Moonlight, I only saw this movie once before watching it again for this episode, and I've been thinking about it for the last 5 years, so.
Damn. And that's a beautiful review.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
And you are too beautiful.
Don't. Don't.
I won't then.
Don't do this.
Evelyn, thank you for coming on the show. It's always a pleasure to have you.
Pleasure to be here. Pleasure to be here.
You always enhance the proceedings tenfold. Thank you for lending us your presence and your words.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next week we're talking about Schindler's List.
Wow.
Sorry.
Ooh.
That's how you spring it on me, huh? Okay.
Spielberg's 3 hour and 15-minute, just one of the most impressive and sad movies ever made.
Yeah.
Yeah, Evelyn, any thoughts on Schindler's List?
Schindler's List is great. I have this morbid curiosity like with the Holocaust, and I just think it's horrific, but I think like kind of like what I was saying before about something being so disturbing. It's like a car on fire, like I can't look away. So I guess it's like that kind of phenomenon. Like the more like fucked up and disturbing something is, the more interesting and like magnetic I find it. And obviously that's like one of the craziest things that's ever happened in human history. So yeah, I mean, I love Schindler's List. I love it. I thought it was great.
Yeah, I'm excited to talk about it. But until next time. You ever find yourself wanting to impress somebody who you've lost contact with and who you had a very brief but deep connection with from your youth? And they come to your restaurant and you're like, I want to cook them a chef special.
Yeah. As you do.
I want to really impress them.
Mm-hmm.
Defrost 12 to 24 to 36 frankfurters.
So many. It's really too many.
I want you to chop them up. Make some Kraft mac and cheese because it's quick. You got a lot of frankfurters to defrost, so you got to do something. The mac and cheese has to be quick. You got to get that out of the way.
Yeah.
And then once it's done, you plate it in a bowl. You're just piling little cut up doggies in that mac and cheese. You're stirring it around. You're getting the dogs all cheesy. And you're serving it to your beloved, maybe with some hot sauce. If mac and cheese and hot sauce kind of rips.
Sounds good.
And then you're going to go back to their freaking house and hold each other movingly.
And you're going to freaking hug.
And it's going to be great. And you're going to be in love forever and maybe get married.
Oh, that's nice.
See you next week, Wieners.
Adios.
What a fucking stupid show this is.
1, 2, 3, 4. These boys only want the best stuff. They want the cream of the crop. They don't want none of that Michael Bay shit. They want the shit that bops. Oscar bait, black and white. Maybe something French. If it's got more than one explosion, honey, put that shit on the bench. Oscar Wieners. Oscar Wieners. Oscar Wieners. These boys are the Oscar Wieners. Oscar Wieners.
He's the kind to like, he'll like blow his nose and then be like, who wants a slice of bread? And like he's handling all the bread and you're like,
with his booger hands.
His booger hands,
exactly right, with his booger hand.
Yeah, he'll cough into his hand and be like, "Who wants soup?" And then like scoops him out and like into someone else's mouth.
Honestly, kind of.
Yeah, I get it.
He's like, "Oh, I forgot my
100%
ladle," and he's just ladling soup into
Yeah.
bowls with his hands.
I'll put it in my mouth so I can put it in your mouth.
Right.
Yeah, I get it.
He's storing the soup in his butthole.
He probably is.
Right,
yeah.
right. He's pulling fruit by the foot out of his butthole, and he's like, "Who wants a slice?"